Hello, and welcome to Slash and Fuck, a stupid sexy D&D podcast. As the title suggests, we are a mature podcast and will be dealing with adult themes and content as our story unfolds. Since you're here, I want to thank you for starting this journey with us, and we hope you enjoy your stay. So without further ado, let's slip into something a little more comfortable.
Hello, and welcome back to Slash and Fuck. How we doing?
Feeling good. Feeling good.
Yeah, doing good.
Sweet. Well, where we last left off, you had made your way to the final portion of this liminal space you were in to fight the might and power of the Laughing Man and what influence he has over rocks.
Motherfucker.
You defeated the Laughing Man and broke his power and influence over rocks and freed rocks of his torture and yourselves of this horrible plane of existence you were in.
Yeah, it sucked there.
All right, so you both spent the evening in the hospital ward with rocks and getting checked up on and getting healed. You were all kind of adamant about staying together, so they pushed some beds together and you got some rest. But it wasn't long before you were woken up and asked to be spoken with. Rocks notes to you while you guys are getting up and getting ready that it's likely core and wants to convene a meeting between all of us to update him on what happened and what steps we're taking next.
We need to get Francesca. How long were we gone? What? How many?
What?
Have years gone by? How long have we been gone?
10, 20, like, what are we talking this time?
Let's see.
Oh, don't get the dicing.
No, I'm just kidding. 3 days.
3 days.
3 days. We need to find Francesca.
Yeah, we're gonna have to bust a nut. Bust in there. Bust her out.
Yeah, prison break.
She needs to be our next priority.
Yes. Like, you and Rox, I want you guys to take a minute, but as soon as...
Astris, you jumped into that hole without asking a goddamn thing. It's your fucking turn now. Don't fight it. I'm helping you, and you can't stop me.
Yes, ma'am. I like this.
You see her attendants, their hands clenched into fists, balled up on their hips, stomping their feet, backing up Thea.
Oh.
But also kind of taking the seriousness out of it.
Yeah,
They try so hard, and yet they undermine me at every turn.
You're the fairy warlock. This is what you get.
They're so cute. I love them so much. I wouldn't trade it for the goddamn world.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not the scary one. I'm not whips, chains, and blood. But I try. We're like opposites, you and I.
Oh.
I feel like Thea just has like her tail kind of around Rox's. She's just like, no. Unit now.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys are getting dressed and you are saying some very serious things to Astris and, Rox is being very firm and agreeing with you, but you are totally playing footsie with him with your tail the whole time, and his tail's kind of batting it off a little bit, but, not really. And then, tries to bat you off, but you catch it and wrap around. That kind of thing.
Yeah,
He's
it's incredibly hard to take you seriously.
Yeah, like not right now. Of all time, like the spade is just crawling up his inner thigh like a serpent.
Yup. It just does that. I'm so sorry. It has a mind of its own.
It's like following the scales.
It remembers.
Like
Gives him a credit card right between the butt cheeks. And it's like, you're the one wearing a hospital gown, sweetheart. It's not my fault.
Oh my God, exactly. Well, maybe one of us should get dressed.
Yeah. Hurry up.
or don't.
As you guys are getting ready and you're heading out, you do see Core waiting for you.
Always waiting.
Yeah, and he looks even worse now because, Rox is in good shape and he's just been worried. But he also looks very relieved at the same time. Beyond that, looking very official, waiting like a soldier, even though he is one of the leaders of this operation. As you approach, he says, "We must convene. I must be updated. I must know what's going on. Many things are about to happen."
What's about to happen? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, let's go. Sounds like there's stuff to talk about.
Two-way street. Update us.
So
Come on.
He basically says this as you're approaching, no real time to stop, and starts walking with you. Heads towards the central pit that you guys passed through before, and you guys walk out onto a chain bridge that takes off and rises very high to one of the top tunnels.
Wait, is this like a roller coaster?
It's like a metal bridge that's suspended by chains that's rising up kind of like a mine elevator.
Oh, okay.
And then it slides along rails along the ceiling powered by little dragonlings.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They work the mechanisms that attach the chains to which little tracks they need to go on and work the levers and stuff. And yeah, you see the frogs that are sucking up steam, ventilation, floating around. And Rox is filling you guys in a bit about Core, how he is the leader of a bunch of surviving Dragonborn exiles from the Midlands in the South after the Purge. And Rox is essentially his most trusted advisor in general. So these two kind of run the show.
I would expect no less.
And commands like the military and tactics and stuff like that. But yeah, he went on an away mission, and got snagged. So what happens when you have too many adjectives? And you guys make it up the chain elevator platform bridge segment anchors to its landing place up at the very top there in this. It's not gigantic, but pretty large, what seems to be like a meeting room of some kind. Looks pretty formal. Looks like a large table, room for a lot of maps and things like that, but nothing's really out signifying a war room. You guys sit and start to catch up. Core asks the two of you what happened and how you got him out.
How many people are in here? Is it just us, or is there the whole army?
It's just you guys right now. Yeah, I guess I should have mentioned. On the way up, it'd be we're doing a private meeting right now before I convene with everybody else.
Okay, cool.
No janitors allowed.
You basically,
That makes sense.
Yeah, so.
Well, the wise master was able to open a way for us to get to a place that isn't quite here and isn't quite there. It was disgusting in ways I can barely begin to articulate. Lots of cursed limbs. We'll say that much. Lots of cursed limbs with more locomotion than they ought to have had.
Oh, God.
Cora looks a little concerned.
Yeah, that's the correct face to have. That is correct, sir. It was fucking awful.
This place, a nightmare realm?
Yes. Yeah.
There were nodes there. We cleansed one of them, and Rox was sort of in the remnants of a broken one.
When you said node, Core looks sharply at Rox as if you're just speaking about some some government secret.
Ooh.
She sees that and goes, "Oh, honey, I know.
He seems to relax.
I'm friends with the slime princesses. You should know.
Yeah, you are actually a lot less
They
cool
taught
than
me
us.
all about nodes, so."
He relaxes and gestures to go on. You saw nodes and anything recognizable? Anything else recognizable?
Glasswing?
Glasswing. The dragon.
Yeah.
This is not good.
Well,
If she's-
I don't know what was real or not. I wouldn't put it past the Smiler to show us what actually happened to hurt us or to show us something equally terrible to hurt us. I don't know if what we saw in there was real, but hopefully we managed to cleanse some of it. We tried. We tried to cleanse everything we could. Something about Astris's blood.
Cor looks over to your symbol of Lilith on your armor. At mention of using your blood, Cor seems to look a bit surprised and then a look of recognition as he eyes the holy symbol on your chest, on your armor.
Astris touches it, I think, reflexively, and I think just comes up and says, "It's not a secret." Lilith has imbued me with a power that is more powerful than the Smiler's curse, and has proven to be able to purify it in some way. It's magnificent. I'm really grateful for it.
It seems like Rox understands this as well. The part you played in healing him, he seemed to have been aware of, at least in some dreamlike way. Thea, his face is kind of interesting because he's really puzzling out, like, oh, wait, that really happened. Like, that was happening. And, kind of a dream he forgot that he's being reminded of that you guys took part in. So it's kind of, he's definitely looking a little thrown.
She takes his hand and gives it a squeeze.
He squeezes back affectionately. This is great news. There's this corruption, this taint spreading everywhere. Rock mentions to you after, he asks some questions. You fill him in on some of the more details. We don't need to go over it. You were there. We were all there.
We were all there.
And
Yes.
it got recorded. So he then moves on to saying that they've been trying to organize setting up a strike on Utopia. Their spies and the reports that they've had, although very few, have said that it seems that the influence of the Smiler has been broken, but they fear that chaos is in the future.
Power vacuum. Makes sense.
Yeah.
They're not sure to what extent. Cor mentions that they tried going through the inner sanctum, and when they finally got the door open, they found that they were not allowed to pass, and that only the mistress Cacophony and her pale knight and whoever they wish may pass through.
Oh my god, Gogurt did that?
Oh, what? Wait, Gogurt? Oh, snap!
Gogurt did that? Oh,
Aw.
baby!
Fucking
Oh, I clenched my
Badass.
chest like, oh, our baby. She's so grown up.
fucking awesome.
Keeps
She's so
people out of
cool.
rooms.
Keeping people out of rooms. That's our girl.
Yeah, like Cor mentioned that, she slammed the door in his face, and it was a whole thing. She wouldn't open the door again after that.
What did you say to her? She's very sensitive.
Yeah, I hope you were nice.
I explained to her that time was of the essence and that we were allies of you. And she said, where are they then?
I mean, she made a good point. Yeah, we taught her stranger danger.
She said, oh yeah, what are their last names?
That's my bratty baby, and I'm so proud.
So why don't you guys roll a insight?
15.
13.
So talking about Gogurt talking about the nodes and everything kind of gave you this itch in the back of your mind. Not an unpleasant one, but something you couldn't really ignore. Thea, it kind of reminds you of some sort of magic that you're not necessarily familiar with. Astris, to you, it feels a bit foreign. It feels like maybe like something talking to you, but it's not actually a voice or anything. It's like something trying to contact. Upon noticing it and tuning into it a bit, you become aware of Gogurt and her location and her health and her general well-being, kind of like a familiar in a way. You can't quite speak to her or communicate with her, but you can you're connected there. And you notice there's another one far away to the south that you both are very connected to. In fact, this is your node. And this one, you could speak with anyone near it and maybe do more.
Oh my God.
But you become aware of this vast network between them and the ley lines that you can now perceive, that you've become connected to a greater network of the magical system here. And you can now concentrate and find ley lines and nodes.
Fuck yes.
Cool.
So,
Oh, that's awesome.
the node that you captured, or that you bonded with, rather, and healed and brought back to life, it has blessed you each with a spell. And you got, Thea, that swallow spell.
Yeah.
And Astris, you got consecrate.
Sick.
Just as bonus, boys.
Fuck yeah. Thank you, node to the south.
Yeah.
So can I telepathically reach out to Gogurt and tell her that Core is cool and that they should work together?
You think it would take some actual quiet and meditation?
Can I use can I use the ley lines to hype message? I have message, so can I juice that with the ley lines just to talk to Gogurt? I don't know. Does that help it make more sense or less sense?
It seems like if you want to send magic through the ley lines or do something like that, you would need to be near a node to do it.
Okay.
Unless you have, perhaps, you start to think, unless you have multiple nodes in a grid or something,
I see.
you might have more opportunity and more options.
More nodes, more better. Excellent. Okay. Well, Core, I thought at her as hard as I could. So hopefully she heard that. Okay. Core, Rocks, baby. How long have you two been fighting this? When did you get together? When did this start? Are there other resistance cells? Are you guys alone?
Do you kiss?
They mention they've been at this for several years now, half a decade. They got together and have been using the provenance, and the residents there took a lot of diplomacy and whatnot. But once Utopia started being built, they banded together and started building a resistance cell here. There are others. There is one in each region, and then smaller little satellite cells that move around, nomadic, things like that. They're doing what they can, but the Covenant of Purity is onto them about their underground schemes. They had made a lot of headway beforehand, but once they found out, especially in such a grid, they found out about nodes, and they started building on top of them. So it's been a war.
Damn. I don't know if it's useful now, but we just came from a place where I think there would be people who want to be on our side as well. What I'm saying is you are not alone, and there's more of us. And somehow we need to make us all one cohesive thing. I don't know. I don't make armies.
Rox puts a hand on your knee and squeezes it gently.
But I have friends and they're really cool and they want to help.
She's right, Rox says, and squeezes your leg again. We do need to unite, but it is difficult. If we all go in one place, we're all one big target.
Yeah.
And it's difficult enough for the Dragonborn and the residents of the Prominence to get along, cultural differences and some things viewed sacred that we'd never even think of. No real hatred or xenophobia, but just differences. Makes it difficult with so many people and hiding them all. There are a lot of families, a lot of injured and weak, a lot of refugees, not fighting capable.
How far does this all spread?
Which, the Covenant or the Resistance?
I mean, I guess both. Is there resistance everywhere there's Covenant?
Yes, see, the Covenant makes a lot of noise wherever they go. They send emissaries first and with armed escorts. They harass settlements and townsfolk. They clear out the so-called impure and just drive a lot of innocent people going about their day-to-day lives underground or into the hills or off to their deaths. Exposure, wildlife, bandits, Covenant themselves, obviously. They are quite unchecked.
What the hell are we supposed to do?
Well, you mentioned you have allies in the places you've been. Like who?
Well, we're friends with a few slime queens and had a very pleasant and fortunate run-in with a group of Minotaur.
Really?
Yes. Delightful people.
You are allies of the Minotaur.
Yeah.
They're great.
What, like it's hard?
I mean, it's hard to find them. You need help getting
You need to fall.
through the labyrinth, too.
You need to fall down.
Into the labyrinth you went. So Rox and Cora are looking at each other like they can't believe it. Yeah, they just keep asking for reassurance, like, you're allies with what? Like, how? Really? They seem very impressed. One of them asks how, and then they, the other puts their hand up and, we don't have time. Who else? But they look kind of like really giddy because they're like thinking about it. And, if you're thinking about it too, where the Minotaurs are hiding, and that's pretty good real estate. And if Rox and Core haven't made allies with them yet, it would be a big deal.
True.
Yeah, in terms of refugee hideouts. There's also
We have a lot of space.
we haven't been there yet, but Heck, where all the hot lady vampires are.
Oh, the ribbon?
Yeah. Sorry, you mean Heck.
Yeah.
Trying to go to heck.
Yeah.
I mean, we also, I assume, have the backing of our respective patrons. So that's two gods on your side as well.
And they're not, they weren't born yesterday, unlike somebody. I shake my fist at the moon again.
The gods have not had chosen upon the top land for millennia.
Yeah, well, they didn't like the new guy on the block.
It is more than that, though. There's something has changed. Something is afoot that we do not know. But the gods simply couldn't interact with Junction the way they have been.
The farther we get from the north, the harder it is to hear things from there. I don't know if it's similar for Astris. If we're getting closer south, is it getting stronger with Lilith for you?
I guess it correlates. I've had more dreams and more vivid, yeah.
Huh. So, yeah, take that for what it is. We also have a rogue nun that we need to rescue. She seems to know the city inside and out. She fucking hates it. She's too smart to swallow what they've been given her, and she's been very bored and too smart to be that bored.
You don't mean the Mother Superior, Francesca?
Oh, you know her.
We've had spies on all of our top targets for some time.
Target, like, murder?
Target is in person of interest, and we've found, is highly intelligent, capable, and we couldn't get much on her.
It's my girl.
I pat Astris on the shoulder.
She outwitted any of our spies almost instantly. She did not trust any new face or any face she should have recognized.
Astris is just kind of nodding and smirking.
Yeah, she is a real piece of work. Almost punched her in the face before she became my favorite person in the room.
Some solid intel.
Great
you are
goss.
allies with her. We were convinced she was another top part of the machine.
No, and they have her, and they know.
She's a prisoner.
Yes, she broke into the chamber to help us get rocks. She went out...
Was that 3-4 days ago?
Something like that at this point.
Yeah.
She went out to get keys. She said that there were keys that she needed to get that would make all of this so much easier. But they got her. They got her. She didn't come back. Isn't that right, King Floof? Where are you? Nixie!
Hey, where are you, little bastard?
He
Direct from the cat's mouth.
kind of plops down from the ceiling. You see him kind of plop directly next to you. But he doesn't hit really hard. It looks like he kind of catches, it's almost like a feather fall effect right before he lands. But yeah, you just see a streak of black and then he's next to you looking up.
My graceful boy.
He jumps up onto the table. Yeah. His ears go back when he talks and he looks very shiftily at Rox and Core.
They're friends, be nice.
They both look at each other, kind of like alarmed, and then try to hide it a sec as the cat starts talking. Rox leans over and whispers into your ear, and he's like, fulfilling a bit of a stereotype here, are we?
Shut up. And I slap him with my tail.
Yeah, King Floof looks a little bothered too, but he's like, what do you want to know?
Tell me everything about the last time you saw Francesca.
We were trying to get into the chamber with keys.
Yeah, the keys.
And I got blown up, I think. I just remember a lot of fire as I tried to get through the door, and I think it was enough cover for Eska to get through. And then I was healed, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, basically when we went in the room, I got a peek and they were waiting, and she put up like this shield, like magical shield, and it was sparkling. And like all I saw was like this fire being blown against the shield. And she looked over her shoulder and she was like, go, you must go. And I ran. And then we kept doing awful stuff. Here we are.
Yeah, and it's not going to end yet, buddy.
We could just like go somewhere else and lay low for a bit and wait for it to just kind of blow over.
Listen, as much as I would really fucking love to do that, I would love for this to not be my problem. But it is now. So now it's your problem too.
Okay.
We'll suffer together.
All right, yeah. Well, all right, so yeah, we should go get Francesca, but also we're friends with the kobolds up north.
Are there any?
Are there? I know, we're just kind of like,
Whatever's left of them.
Yeah. Both of them.
We're
I hope
we're chill.
he's okay.
Chill with Glasswing if she's still alive.
So there's no way for us to know if the people we saw in there are okay now.
And he like looks around, like he really looks like he doesn't trust Core and Rox right now at all. And he's like, we also have friends with the ancient elves of the Forest of the Morning. And he looks like he barely got that out. He's just trying to
He was like, yeah, buddy.
use his position. We're like, what?
Them too.
Yeah.
Look, if you're trying to find a weakness, there isn't one. Okay. So we have a lot of friends, and there you go. And he sits back on his haunches a bit, and tries to look tall.
Cute that he's posturing.
Oh.
He's such a good boy.
He just jumps under the table.
He'll get used to you. Don't worry about it.
So Cora and Rox are both impressed about who you're allies with. You did mention the ribbon, and that would be like Carmilla. You guys haven't had any contact or been there, but you do have somebody who's watching out for you, and you are a paladin of Lilith. Astris.
And we yoinked her fucking leg off.
Yeah.
And then we used it to save your boyfriend. So.
It was so useful. I'm going to have to thank her. So yeah, we heard it straight from the cat's mouth. They knew she was going to be there. I don't know how they knew. We didn't talk to anyone. We didn't have time to talk to anyone.
It's hard to say the power, the influence of the Laughing Man in that place. You were in his territory, his high ground. And I'm sure that you were stealthy, but getting into the city, someone must have noticed. Someone must have seen something.
I don't know, the guards are pretty dumb.
I don't doubt that. In fact, I know so.
We were so stealthy. Getting in.
We have been working diligently, picking off any competent guard we find.
Nice. You've done well. You've whittled it down to a real smorgasbord of idiots.
It's like you're breeding them.
Well, we couldn't.
Selective.
Like
It's been a long fight. You can't take them all out. So just make the job less and less appealing to competent people. Core mentions that we need to raid Utopia, and we need to do it now if we wish to return any prisoners that we may have. We don't know much. There wasn't much communication before, and there's not much now. But we do know that the Laughing Man's influence is what they say is broken. Things are crumbling apart. People are going mad.
So now's the time. Everyone's distracted. There's chaos.
That's right. We can't let them organize.
Is our goal to utterly sack and destroy the city, or is our goal to take it?
Well, we need to see what's going on topside. If it's all burning, then good riddance.
If we took the city, it could be a powerful stronghold. We could keep people here. They built it to seemingly be a fortress. To use it against them would be kind of funny.
Cor looks over at Rox and says, I see why you like her. And Rox is like, she speaks the truth. We should have taken the city as soon as we could, before they got strong. Everything she said is true, and we need to do it now. And you're sensing a bit of tension between the two, that this might be one of their issues, is that one of them's too conservative and the other one seems too aggressive. But, it's taken them this far. Now seems to be the time for aggression. If you want to aid in this persuasion, you may.
Yes.
both.
If you have anything to say or add to it and be like, yeah, then you can roll one too.
Can I give Thea advantage, like by helping her and throwing my lot in with hers?
Standing like, yeah.
I want to look strong, and my blood saved everybody. So
This is true.
you know,
That's hilarious.
Yeah, sure. Right when you stand next to her and you your pinkies touch, you give her advantage.
All right. Sick. All right. That is a dirty 20.
dirty 20.
There you go. That's what I like to hear. Um,
Is that what you like to hear?
that's right. You all kind of gang up on Core here.
Core.
And he finally seems like he agrees, and he says, no, I do agree. There's no better time than now. There have been times in the past where perhaps I've been too risk averse, but now's not that time.
You're right. We gotta hit this place, and we gotta hit it hard. We gotta kick him to the fucking curb and then take the biggest house.
Put a big bath in it, and then I have no further plans.
Oh, I would die for a bath. Oh, Rox, I had the most adorable bathtub in Haven. I wish I could have shown you.
You say to him as you all stand to leave.
Oh, I want to make sure I swoop in and pull the chair out for Thea.
Oh, well, thank you,
Before
Astris.
Rox can do it.
Oh my god, excuse me. Yes, please.
All right, let's roll this.
What do I add?
Contested chivalry.
It's going to be a dex check for
Who
just
will
being
woo me harder?
who's quicker at pulling the chair out.
Ooh. You're both warriors, so idiots.
It's kind of cocked.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty cocked.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty cocked. It's cocked. You cocked it.
That's a damn one.
You.
Oh!
This one.
Eat dirt, Astris.
So,
Go kick rocks. LOL. I didn't even mean that.
Fine, I will kick him.
No!
So, Rock seems to be really smooth about this, and as standing, he's kind of helps her up at the same time and moves the chair. That one you rolled made it very obvious that you were trying to do it faster than him, and you missed, but you did it at the same time, just like you had grabbed it. So it just kind of looked like you were miming him.
Just like that, Astris.
Fuck.
Thank you, baby.
He says, "I see you train us all the same."
I try not to have favorites.
Feel a little. I don't know how to feel.
Welcome to the harem. Yeah, you guys rise, and Core is going to convene with some other lieutenants and things like that, pass on info and strategy, and you guys need to get ready and head towards Gogurt's inner sanctum, and they'll be deploying as soon as possible.
What's the plan?
Rox says that likely the plan is going to be a full-on assault. So we are going to, once you can get us through the inner sanctum, we're going to storm the church, and we're going to get whatever keys we can. So here, those important there. And we're going to then, we must head through the streets, through Fountain Square, to the Tribunal Theater.
Dope.
A foul place, he says with a grimace.
Where do they keep the prisoners? We have to find Francesca.
The Tribunal Theater.
She'll be there. All right.
If she's not in the dungeon leading out of the inner sanctum, she'll be at the Tribunal Theater.
All right.
But a recent traitor caught, likely within the theater in a place of public humiliation.
Oh, I hope she's okay.
We'll get her. She lasted that long. She'll be okay. She's too smart not to be. She'll be fine. She'll be fine.
Rox brings you to your apartments so you can grab your gear. And he says he's going to grab his gear and he's going to go and
bring it here?
Yep. He's going to come back, and then he's going to see about leading the charge or going ahead first in a small strike team and having the cavalry come behind us just to see what we're dealing with. But he runs off to go grab his gear. And Thea, you, this is typical Rox. Like, he can be like too aggressive, and then he just got like permission to be aggressive. So now he's just like, awesome, great. Let's just go first. Let's go before everybody else. And you're like, yeah, the Vanguard again. You're always doing this. But he always lives somehow.
Yeah, well, close fucking call last time, darling.
Yeah, he didn't give me much time to be like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Before he runs off. He like kisses you on the cheek and runs off.
He'll be back.
But he blows like a little bit of smoke out of his nostrils right when he does it, and it like gives you those chills.
Brat.
Yeah. So you guys can prepare, grab your stuff. I know Astris carries most of her stuff on her. So as you guys are finished getting ready and preparing yourselves for going to Utopia and freeing the prisoners. Rox comes back. He says, so obviously he said no, that we should wait.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that sucks.
Well, you agree, right? Like you said, we should go and we need to do something about it. Like every second those prisoners are in there.
I know, yes, every second. But I mean, like, we can wait, like, a few seconds.
You didn't wait for me.
How could I wait for you? She kind of smiles, but then kind of remembers, like, what he actually looked like when she, like, entered the thing and takes psychic damage from it a little bit.
Yeah, he's like, come on, and starts marching. You're not going, directly in there from here. You still have to go into the catacombs, but he's walking off and he's explaining. He's like, they're already assembling. We can wait a little bit. It might be good to have them. He's just having his own little argument with himself, so it's not with you.
Mm-hmm. She's nodding anyway. Like,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he's walking really fast, so it's, there's purpose going on.
My little legs. Rox, these shoes, they don't.
He like just looks down at your shoes and shakes his head. But it looks like he actually likes them.
Thank you. I've traveled half the continent in these fucking things.
Need new shoes.
Yeah.
Need to.
Yeah.
Want to take me shopping?
Yeah, when we get out of this, I'll
Okay.
take you shopping.
That's right, you will.
Someplace that'll have us. Maybe the elves.
Yeah.
The elves of the Forest of the Morning. Maybe they'll have us.
That we're friends with, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are these elves?
Shh, Astris, you remember the elves. Yeah, let's go.
Do I?
Uh-huh.
Did I?
Yep.
Fuck.
I slap you with my tail, like, shut the fuck up. Oh, no, hold on. I used message. I have message.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, yeah.
I go, Astris. I look at you and I go, Astris, we're lying. Shut up.
Oh, and then and then Astris puts her finger to her lips.
Giving the signal that she understands.
Oh my god.
Understood.
Roll
Copy 411.
roll a perception check.
Perception.
Yeah.
Wait, me or her?
Yeah, both you.
Me or her? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just do it.
Do it. Roll it. 19.
Okay.
This feels appropriate.
Astris, you look up at the ceiling and you see King Floof walking along, and he's just shaking his head.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets it. Can he hear all our messages? I feel like he would.
Oh my god. I would
that
love
funny?
that.
He's a little spy. Wouldn't put it
It's
past
possible.
Yeah, little interceptor.
him. Mm-hmm.
If you held a walkie-talkie at the right part of my house when I was growing up, you could listen in on the phone calls. Dead serious.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I used to have walkie-talkie. I listen to people's phone calls too.
Yeah, so he's a little walkie-talkie.
Yep.
Precious boy.
He walkie and he talkie.
Yeah, he's always there.
He walking and he talking.
That's cute. As you make your way down towards the catacombs, you're hearing bells and stuff, whistles going off, and it sounds like troops are being mobilized. You know the sounds all too well. People getting called up from where they are, where they're working, etc., suited up and put together into units. You are making your way down into the catacombs now, and you're just, Thea, you're just kind of helping Rox deal with not running directly straight into it. So, you're kind of pushing him into more circuitous routes and like stopping him to like pat his chest and talk to him for a minute. And, and then he like wakes up and starts walking again. So he knows what you're doing, but it's fine.
I'm nicely saying to slow the fuck down.
Yeah. And he's slowing down.
He's doing his best.
Yeah.
As a fast walker, I sympathize with him. So.
And so you guys make it down through that sacred place that you had seen before and over towards the entrance to the sacrifice room where you destroyed the gross gargoyle guarding the entrance here. smashed it to bits.
They didn't replace it with another gargoyle.
Yeah, there's 10 gargoyles now.
God, why'd I ask?
Yeah,
And they all work for Gogurt.
right. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Go Gorioles.
I love it.
No, it looks like it's just a sealed door. Just kind of how you left it after you destroyed the gargoyle. You make it there, and Rox is pacing, and you're kind of running out of ways to distract him. After just a bit, you start to hear the sounds of people making their way into the catacombs. Some of the Dragonborn soldiers and whatnot. And at that sound, when he hears it and like looks at you and looks at everybody, he's like, you hear that? And then he
Real soon.
storms halfway up to the door and then stops and turns around, and he just points at you and does a come here motion.
Brat.
What?
I need you to open the door, please.
Yeah, but like now?
Yes, right now.
But they're not here yet. Core said that I should wait.
He's like, his head snaps back.
Do you
his
want me
eyes-
to disobey Core's orders? Is that what you want me to do?
Yeah, I think we've been waiting long enough, and they're
Well, there's what
just
you want
right
me to
behind
do,
us,
and there's what you know I should do.
which is get us through there. And they need entrance, and we're not gonna. You want them to wait around while we like parlay with the keeper of this fine area.
Oh, she'll listen to me. Like, don't worry, it'll be real fast.
Then
I will
he
start
goes,
doing it.
He puts his arms. He puts his hands around your shoulders.
No.
And he starts to lift you up into the
No,
air.
you put me. I want to test.
Okay, let's do a strength roll here.
Oh shit.
Um,
Astris!
I'll help you.
he is just like a few inches off the ground.
That's a
It's-
7.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, he grabs you right above the elbows and pins your arms to your side and just lifts you about 4 inches off the ground. And you're, kicking at him, and
This is most
he's
undignified.
he just looks really like impatient. Well, he's like, okay, it's okay. And then he starts walking backwards and then like turning. He's like, we'll just put you up there. And he starts to walk you up the stairs. Astris, are you going to try to
My tail
intervene or?
Flicks annoyedly.
No, because it's just Gogurt up there.
It's just Gogurt up there. No actual danger.
Yeah.
So by the time he gets you to the stairs, he actually just picks you up and kind of wedding brides you over the, up the stairs, because he's not going to take you up the stairs like that. It'd be crazy.
She smiles and puts her arms around his neck. Thank you.
He sighs and then and smiles, and then he puts you down at the top of the stairs and knocks on the door really loud. Like whoa. Like,
Be no wonder she isn't opening for you guys. Be
Dick
gentle.
about it. Yeah.
Gods.
Isn't the door like part of her now? Like, come on.
he's standing like right behind you too. So like I don't know if you want to give you space or anything. But...
Oh no, not at all.
Okay.
Can I like run a finger down the door and be like, "Go, wake up"?
Yeah. Astris, are you coming up the stairs?
Yeah, I'll come up here. I'll roll my eyes at rocks because.
Yeah. He's very impatient right now. At the touch of your finger and the sound of your voice, the door kind of shudders a bit and it starts to slide open. And within is a familiar sight from the first time you met a slime queen, a fully formed slime queen. You have Gogurt in the center in her pink slime pit, and it looks like there are little burrows and everything set up for creating new slimes, and she's glowing, and she has her diamond eyes and nipples.
Honey, you look amazing.
Oh, Can we hug her? I want to hug her.
You walk in, and there's like an area for you to walk, and then there's kind of a pool of slime leading up to her, and you remember there are men in there who are sitting down about tummy height or whatever while sitting down.
Oh yeah.
Jerk off height.
Yeah, they're in the pool.
Yeah, whatever. She's that's different.
So you just slosh in there.
Well, I mean, like, I want to say hi and see like what the vibe is, but like, it would. I'm sorry. I'm really happy to see her.
Yeah, it's just her in the center as the door opens, and she smiles brightly and looks really happy to see you too. And a bunch of tentacles kind of rise up from the pool at her feet, welcoming, as if like gesturing you to come inside. And and one of them comes up and just very gently touches your face, and one of them hugs around your shoulders. And
I press
all,
it to my cheek. I go, I missed you.
Yeah, I hug that slime.
Yeah, and two tentacles just go right up under your armor, Astris, and slide up underneath like old times.
like a security blanket.
Yeah, and then just kind of whips around every part of you, and then slides out, and she winks at you.
Oh my gosh. It's really cooling, actually.
Ladies.
Hello.
Hello.
You come back.
Yes. Oh, we're so glad you're okay.
I am, thanks to you. You have given me a great power. I did not know where you were taking me, but I thank you. You had to have known something. You were guided by the gods.
That we were.
I have a question.
Of course.
Why do you keep telling me to go?
Go?
You call me Gert.
Oh.
It has not made sense most of the time. But I like the name Gert.
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 I like that.
I like that too. Well,
the go is really just flair.
Yeah.
An extra syllable to play with.
Not telling me to do anything.
No.
Oh, it's
not
like,
at all.
well, encouraging. Like you
go, Gert. Go.
Yeah. Like you do your thing.
You go, Gert.
You be you really well, Gert.
Good, okay. When I visit you at your home, I will knock upon the door and say, "Go, Thea."
And on that day, I will open it and hug the hell out of you.
Yeah, there's the tentacles have kind of kept, it's like playing with your hair. It's kind of all the gestures that friends would do when they're seeing each other after a long time, but as if they had 10 hands doing it.
Cool.
So they're just like, oh my God, the gestures of you look great, like feeling your hips, and then looking at your hair, and then hugging and that kind of stuff. It's all very warm.
All at once.
Adorable. Rox, this is the Slime Queen. This is Gert, our friend.
Rox, looking back, he's standing in the doorway, and he kind of looks like a dark sight in this pink environment. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know if boys are allowed in here. Like,
it's kind of the mythical girls' bathroom that he's like, what is going on in here?
I don't know if it's safe for you in here.
Is this how they greet each other?
Yeah.
You might be trapped in here forever if you come in. That's how girls' bathrooms work.
Yeah.
Thea looks back at him like, you wanted me to open that door so damn bad. And now you won't come in?
He just takes a breath and then starts slowly walking in, a bit hesitantly, but he's trying to make it look cool.
I look at Gert and I go, he's mine. Dibs.
She's looking over her shoulder at you, and she's like, oh,
I know.
Unfortunate. And she finally looks back at you. Okay, you can have.
Thank you.
She says, I assume you come for safe passage, you and your allies. They are the Dragonborn, yes?
Yes. Yes, please. Gert, we're gonna go fuck those motherfuckers up.
Good. The Smiler's power is broken, but there's little time. Please come to me. And you see the slime pit split in a pathway that leads directly to her so that you can actually get up close.
Cool.
I do. I grab Astris. Let's go.
Yes. Slime wrestling. 45 minutes of slime wrestling later.
I ask that you bond with me again and this magical place so that we might unite against the evil in Utopia.
Let's do it.
Like last time, it's as if Oberon and Lilith are watching, and they know what's going on. You've done it before, and it becomes more automatic as the autumn breeze comes through the room, and blood and vines start rolling down your arms, respectively, towards each other as your hands just reach out and hold each other, your fingers laced together. And right when your fingers lace, the blood on one arm and the vines on the other snaking around meet, and you reach out and touch the belly of Garrett, and she holds your hands to her stomach with hers and closes her eyes. Your vision is filled with pink, mostly, as you begin to bond with her in this magical node. And you can feel more than see, just sense your patrons taking over to split this node with her. And so
Sick!
you remember when you did it in that liminal space, and when you look, you see it happening again as it begins to be entwined by this vine and blood pattern that wraps around and then absorbs into. And the light fades and your vision clears and you feel connected, like you've just tuned in directly. You now get a sense for Garrett and this area and this region in general, the mountain under your feet, the city in a weird way. It's like you can visualize it from above and from different areas, and you feel quite connected. But a lot of it is sensing utopia is like sensing negative space. What you are most connected with is the land and the animals and the life forms around it. What you sense in utopia is lack of, or just feelings of corruption or not goodness. And the door on the other side of the room slides open. Rox immediately walks up behind you two, looking a little confused and, wanting to know what's going on. And then Garrett opens her eyes and she's like, now, back up a bit. And the slime starts rushing towards your feet again, so everybody has to jump back. And she makes a pathway for you around to the other side. I wish you luck. Please, free who you can and do what you can. You know what's right.
Thank you, Gert. Thank you for holding this space.
Of course, always. This is mine now.
Oh, and I'm so fucking proud.
And it's like, well, ours.
I mean,
That's right. Yeah, but, she's the regent, so, has the real power.
Yeah, you guys are moving away, and you realize as she's speaking to you that she's not saying anything. She's just looking at you, or she's not speaking out loud. So she's speaking into your minds.
Gossip channel.
Gossip channel.
So, you guys started to respond to her out loud, and Rox is like, what? And just kind of shakes his head and doesn't ask.
Weirder things have happened today. Huh?
Yeah, he just doesn't have time to, know about this. Not really his thing. So
I don't have time for your weird magic shit.
Real jock.
I see your hobby has become your job now.
Yeah, he's like, I always said I wanted a goth baddie, and this is what I get.
It starts with candles and rocks, and then it ends with this.
Yeah. All right. You guys make your way to the other side, and inside looks to be a guard room that faces a circular wall with the sides of the wall going away from you. But on the wall looks to be hooks with keys. Not all of them are present. It seems like most of them got taken down. But there are a few keys, maybe a dozen or so, maybe more. And you can hear, sounds like people behind this circular wall if you walk down either one of the sides of the hallways.
Okay. I'm going to Mask of Many Faces myself to look normal.
Excuse me?
Normal, air quotes. Ooh, that Astris' hotter younger sister is here.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Candy or whatever her name was.
Yeah, whatever. Oh, no, it was shit. Gertie. It was Gertrude, I think. Or something like that. It was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I go, oh shit, and I do that, and I become Gertie again, and I'm like, sorry.
Yeah.
what about rocks?
Rox.
I can turn him
Rox.
invisible if we need to.
Yeah, Rox like stops for just a second again, like is kind of startled by the sudden change in the snap of her fingers. Also because like, you know, he got a glimpse of the Fey attendants that were all just immediately flew into your bag, you know, right when you changed. You know, they all look startled and snap their fingers at the same time and flew in. And he just shakes his head again. But can't help but like check you out a little bit.
That's right.
As you should.
And he leads the way. He walks around the left side and he peeks around the corner while drawing his weapon. He doesn't have his two-handed axe. He has a two-handed axe. And just seeing him unsheath the two-handed axe that he had in this leather thing that he had on his pack, you know, you knew just from the shape of it, you hadn't really considered to register that it wasn't his two-handed axe. And it kind of makes you sad. You're like, oh no, where'd that go? But yeah, he's creeping up around the corner. He pulls it out and he does one quick peek and looks back and waves everybody over and starts walking casually around the corner.
Whistling?
Yeah, don't mind me.
Would you like to be invisible, darling?
No need. And that's where we'll end it.
Oh, cliffhanger. Can't wait to see what the city's like after destroying the Laughing Man's hold, though. Fuck, I hope Francesca's all right. If you're not already, please be sure to subscribe to the podcast and follow our Instagram, Stupid Sexy D&D Podcast. Thanks again for listening to the end of another episode. Catch y'all at the end of the next one. Bye!